Mick, massively important 3 points this afternoon. It probably looked like they were going to be the ones to go on and actually win the game if we've been truthful. But it's a funny old game, isn't it?
Yeah, listen, Jay, we should have been 4-0 up at half time. We missed chances in the first half. I thought we were dominant in the first half. Second half, we just didn't really compete. We were too deep, and when they scored the equaliser, I just thought, same old, we're going to throw the game away here, and they're going to go and win the game. And I thought, to be fair, second half, we gave them too much control in the game. When you allow good players time and space, they'll punish you, they'll find ways, and I thought we gave up too much space in that second half today. And I thought, to be honest with you, Jay, I thought Eccleshill were by far the better team in that second half. We were hanging on for dear life at one point, but Junaid's done excellently well he's won the header, he's won his own flick on, and it's a brilliant set for Elliot to score the winner. And you know what, sometimes, Jay, you can overanalyse things, but when you score a late goal like that, sometimes you can kickstart your season. So let's hope that can sort of kickstart our season today.
Yeah, just looking at that second half as a whole, we came out quite slow, we never really got going that second half compared to the first half, where we were brilliant for a 10-15 minute spell.
Yeah, you know, I said it to the lads at half time, as soon as we went 2-0 up, it's like it almost, when you've not been winning games of football, you almost go into default mode. And I thought we went in default mode, and we became 10-15 yards deeper than we should have been. We gave up too much territory. We allowed them to get control in our half, and you know, you can't do that. You know, we were getting joy defending forward in the first half, and you know, we pinching it on the press, and we sort of come away from that and spoke about it at half time. We addressed a few things at half time. In second half, we were just so deep, so negative in terms of our position. So yeah, listen, we let them back in the game, but you know, thankfully today we found a way to win it.
Back to the first half, 2 quick fire goals we mentioned. Elliot getting the first. Luca set it up. You clearly weren't happy with him in the first kind of 10-15 minutes, but he did well to latch onto the ball in behind, and he clearly picked out the man and also got a bit of luck with the deflection.
Yeah, a new system for Luca this, so it's trying to, he has to learn on the job now. You know, it's either that or he has to sit on the subs bench, so he has to learn on the job, and he looked a little bit lost at times in that first half today. And to be honest with you, I thought him and Ollie didn't really have that real energy on the press today. Ollie, you can just tell Ollie's not been playing many games of football, so we need to get him back up to speed as quickly as we can. And Luca just looked tired today, mate, if I'm honest with you. He just didn't look himself. He wasn't the bright spark he normally was. And like I say, I just thought both him and Ollie weren't aggressive enough on the press in that first half, and we let him get out because we were sort of caught half and half a few times. And but listen, you know what he did. You know, he kept doing the right things, and he's got on the end of a long ball. It's a good ball from Stevie down the channel, and it's a great set. And Elliot's on fire at the minute. It's a great finish.
And the second goal, what a strike from Shep. I mean, sweet as you like.
Yeah, you know what? I've seen Shep hit them a million times, and 990,000's gone over the bar, Jay. It's but he couldn't have caught that any better. Brilliant. As soon as it left his boot, you knew where that was going. You know, it was an absolute rocket. It was a really well worked corner. It was good execution from Stevie, and Shep's done exactly what we want him to do. You know, he's locking down the edge of the box, and he's caught that absolutely perfect. And I think that's probably the first goal I've ever seen Shep score, to be honest with you, and he celebrated like that too.
Just looking at the 4 injuries that we suffered in that second half in a really short period of time as well. I know you probably don't know the severity of them at this point, but Nathan went off, Luke went off with a head injury, and Shep was clutching his hamstring, and then Stevie Smith hobbled off as well. How are they all, and how severe are they?
Nathan looks like he might have tweaked his calf. Shep, I think, is more precautionary. He said it's just tight. Shep knows his own body at this point. Stevie looks like he's done his hamstring. I'll have to speak to Sammy now and see where we are with that one. And Luca's got a real bad bang in the head, and we can't risk that. You know, it's a head injury like that. I actually thought he was knocked out. He said he wasn't. Sammy said he wasn't. But it just, the momentum of the game changes, and we just lose that we lose any bit of control that we had in the second half. We lost for sort of a 10-minute period because we had to change shape 3 times because the amount of people that were going out, different sort of players that were going out injured, and you know, we had to keep changing and chopping shape to try and nullify their threats. And you know, like I said, yeah, I'm just thankful today that we ended up finding a way to win the game.
Yeah, with those 4 injuries, how much of a worry is it considering our squad's already pretty thin?
Yeah, it's a big worry. Like I said, I think Shep and Luke will be fine. Nathan, I'll speak to Sammy now and see where he's at. Stevie looks a bad one, to be fair. When you see a player going to ground when there's no one around him like that, it's usually not great. So that's one that we'll probably have to, you know, if we get him for next week, brilliant. But you know, ideally we have him back for the following Tuesday. So, but yeah, let's hope for the best, Jay, that they're not as bad as anticipated.
3 away games on the bounce to follow now: Winston, Silsden, and Frickley. 3 tough trips.
Absolutely, I think every game in this league is tough, Jay. They all pose different sort of threats and different sort of, you know, every team in this league is different. Every team in this league can beat everyone. So you know, if we play like we played today, we're going to make it hard work for ourselves next week. But listen, Jay, it's hopefully, like I said, you know, this is a kickstart, you know, for us, because we started the season really well, and then we had a really poor September, and I don't think mentally we've really recovered from that. So hopefully, you know, like I said before, it's when you score a late winner, Jay, there's no better feeling. So hopefully that's the boost that the lads need tonight.
Well done, mate.
Cheers, Jay.